first day of filming was at Antenna Studio in Crystal Palace. We chose this location as it's got quite a rustic feel, looks quite
old and grungy.
But we've put someone in there who's like glamorous, quite modern, and we thought, you know, this would be able to control the lighting, all of the camera angles we wanted, but it became one of the most difficult places to film because we weren't able to do what we wanted.
So like Shannon said, the place was old and grungy and rustic. I think we chose it because, as like Shannon said again, we put this glamorous, you know, famous person in it. It's kind of like saying this was her world and how she sees the world. So like quite rustic and quite old and like demented and decayed. And then like I think when we put her in the mix and like in the middle of it, it was kind of like how society saw her and how
also
she
kind
feels.
of revamped what was going on, like the actual location. Like, we put her in it, and then it almost made everything seem quite modern again.
Yeah.
But it also, I think, kind of like if you listen to the song seems like it's quite countrified almost, and you always associate like rustic looking places like barns and stuff with a country song at the end of the day.
Because it did have barn qualities in it, because there were big black barn doors, so it wasn't like we was leaving that country-esque vibe out, because it was still there, and we did shoot some like footage like involving the girl and me and the doors.
Definitely. Wanted to film her on a stage, and we thought that this studio would have something that we could film her on top of. Unfortunately, they didn't, but we then found that they had a piano in it.
Yeah.
Which we kind of replaced. So instead of having a stage, we had her sitting on a piano. And we thought this gave it quite like a almost sultry, like seductive quite feel to the beginning of the video.
Definitely.
Because as the lyrics state, it is her, like the lyrics of the actual song is her being seductive, her like talking about past lovers. But it's us who's changing it to be reflected of society and how society see her. But we thought if we start it off the same way, they'll be intrigued to watch our performance.
Definitely. Lighting, there was like mirrors in the studio, and we thought that we could film, so it was quite hard, wasn't it, to get the angle right, so it's like so the camera wasn't shown within the mirror, because we wanted the girl facing the mirror, but we also wanted it to be shot, so that was quite hard to get. I thought that took some time to get, even though that wasn't in our storyboard. We felt that would contribute a lot to our music video, because our music videos are all about her being insecure about herself, and you know, she's thinking people are following her, so I think her looking at herself in the reflection just emphasises that she's constantly thinking about the way she looks and like how people perceive her as her.
The main problem with this location was the lighting. It's completely surrounded by windows and black curtains, but the curtains don't cover the entire window, so it was having to be filmed with quite close-up shots and just to get the correct amount of lighting. But there is a shot right at the beginning we will insert into this clip of how the lighting's almost just hitting her on one side.
Yeah.
And that's done by not us doing it, it's literally by us having a crack in the curtain and being able to use it. And we've used it to our
advantage.
To our advantage.
Also, Shannon found there was like this lead, and Shannon found out what it led to, and it was like this spotlight, and we thought we could use it. We did try to use it, but
it just wasn't bright enough, and it was just too yellowy. So the contrast and like the surrounding it just wasn't working very nicely.
It wasn't reflecting what we wanted it to. I felt that because I was obviously I'm the character, I'm performing in it, I was in warm clothing, so the cold hit me a lot more. I think it slowed down our
ability to be able to keep doing stuff, because it was so cold, and the shots we wanted were involved quite being quite still.
Yeah, I think it slowed down our performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But lastly, I feel like although we did book 2 hours for the studio, it was not enough, because we did only film one outfit. Although we got loads of footage in this outfit, we did need other other outfits to be filmed within the studio, so we're going to have to book another day to film at the studio for the other outfits.
Yeah, definitely.